Leon, you said you were going to shock the world. You did exactly that. I'm sure you're still processing everything right now, but I mean, what's this moment like for you?
It's hard to put it into words, you know, and that's the reason why I broke down in the octagon, because it all just came down. Everyone's seen my path. Everyone knows my path and how it went. And I've been saying all week that I believe that was the way it was meant to go, to build me into the man I am today, build my mental toughness. And even though that was one of my worst performances, I did not feel good in there tonight, you know, and I went out there and knocked out the pound for pound. So it is what it is.
Round one, you get a takedown. You're in mount. You're in back control. I mean, at that point, are you thinking, "Oh, this is my night. I'm walking away with the title in round one"?
Yeah, 100%. That's one of the things that we drove, you know. And I said it all week. It wasn't going to be a striker versus wrestler match, you know. It was going to be a mixed martial arts match. And sorry, I lost my voice. Oh, just crying. Yeah, it would be a mixed martial arts match, and that's what I did. I got the takedown and I got the back. I need to sharpen up on my finishing. I was drilling it all camp, but he did a good job defending the neck, you know. And going into it, I knew it was going to be a tough fight. I said it all week. He is good, you know, but I believe that I was a better man. And even though that was one of my worst performances, it is what it is. Got a clean finish.
So obviously there's a huge momentum shift after round 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's kind of taking over and settling in. I guess what's going through your head at that point? I mean, was frustration starting to set in? Obviously you felt you weren't at your best. So what was going through your mind at that point?
I don't know. I just can't explain it. My body just wasn't reacting how it was meant to react. You know, I don't know whether it's altitude or what it was. But even when I was backstage watching other guys fight on the TV, everyone was getting tired and gassing out, like Luke and everybody. I was like, why is everyone getting tired, you know? But when I went out there, after the first round, I felt it. I felt like my body just weren't reacting. It wasn't like a cardio issue. It's more just like my body just wasn't physically reacting. But I stayed focused. My coaches spurred me on. Just keep reminding me that you're still in the fight. You're the best, and fight to the end. And that combination, I was drilling with my coaches, with Henry and the other coaches, that cross head kick. And it landed perfectly.
Yeah. I was going to say that, the high kick, I mean, walk us through it. I mean, was it you just throw it and hope it, or did you see a tendency and say, I think he's going to lean that way?
Yeah, 100%. He's got like a very boxing-orientated style, you know, where he's like parrying the jab, slipping the jabs. And so I thought if it went same punch, same kick, it would land. I did it in the Bilal fight, but I ended in the eye poke. But it was the same combination, which is cross head kick, and it just landed perfectly.
Edward,
just real quick. So there was some talk ahead of time that you win, there's going to have to be a rematch. You're going to have to do it again. Does that excite you? Does that entice you? Or does it feel like, oh, man, why do I have to do it when I just beat the pound for pound?
I knew going into it that more than likely we're going to have a rematch down the line, you know, and whether it's next or down the line, we're going to have a rematch. He's been a long champion to say he's the pound for pound best all week. He's saying he's the pound for pound best. He believed it, you know, and as I said in Octagon, the belt belongs to nobody. It don't belong to me or nobody. No man is meant to hold the belt for that long, you know. And I said it all week that I felt like this was my moment. This is how it was meant to play out. All the layoff, all the COVID, all that. That's how it was meant to play out. And I just felt belonging all week, and we got a clean finish.
That's the last thing for me. Dana said he would like to see your first title defense take place in England.
I heard Wembley.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, he kind of walked it back afterwards and said, maybe not Wembley.
Nah, Wembley for sure, 100%. Made that Wembley. That has to be done. This has never been done before, you know, to have a guy from Birmingham in the UK, did it from the UK. I know Bislin did it first, but he did it from living in America, you know, so it was hard for people like me to relate, to say, look, we can do it as well. I made a point to stay in the UK to achieve this, to show the other guys coming under me that, look, we can, if you believe in your country, believe in your team, you can achieve it. And that's what I did. I went out there and I achieved it from a little small gym in Birmingham. And it's a crazy story, you know. Everyone knows my story, and from being born in Jamaica to now winning the UFC World title was a match story.
Edward, right here. Right here. What kind of legacy and how important is for you being the first Jamaican-born world champion in this discipline?
For me, that's history, you know. It's never been done before. But like I said, it's more for the people that grew up the way I grew up. You know, my path was rough. I know it. I felt it, you know. And even though I put on like a toughness, I felt the pressure. I felt the doubt. I felt them all saying it can't be done. But I'm from the trenches. Like I said in my post-fight interview, I was born with nothing. You know, we had to claw our way up and immigrate to the UK to make a better life for ourselves. And I was able to change my life by getting in the UFC. You know, my mum signed me up to MMA gym at the age of 17 to keep me out of trouble, and I used it to change our family's future. You know, which is I am proud of myself. I'm proud of everything I've achieved, and it's amazing.
When Usman came to the octagon, he looks so confident, but you did not make eye contact. That give you some strength to actually go ahead and win the first round?
No, not really. I just, like I said, I didn't build him up to be this pound for pound GOAT everyone says he is. I said it all week. I don't believe that he's a pound for pound. Yeah, you have to be better than just wrestling and boxing, you know. And I am a mixed martial artist. I can do it all. I took him down in the first round. Never been took down before. Yeah, so I brought a 100% record. Took him down, got the back, going for the choke. He did a good job defending the choke. After that, for some reason, my body just wasn't reacting. I don't know whether it's the attitude or what it was. But even when I was backstage and I was watching other guys fight like Luke and everyone else, everyone was getting tired and I'm guessing out. I didn't understand what it was, but even on my worst night, I beat the pound for pound. So,
last question for me: you are a well-rounded fighter. So, was your plan to go in at 25 minutes, like we used to see you fighting, or you knew that you need the knockout to actually win the belt?
I knew I needed a knockout then to win the belt because I was losing the round. I knew then going into the 5th round, my coach Dave, was saying, like, listen, this is the last round now, like, fix up, you know. We've worked too hard. The path has been too hard for you now to come in and give it away, you know, and that's the motivation I need. They know how to push my buttons, and that's what you did. And that was a combination that we drove in the gym. Like I said, it's very boxing orientated for us, it's slipping and moving, and we slipped right into a head kick, you know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Leon Dunham. Obviously, as the moment you win the fight, you got other welterweights calling you out, Hamzat, Jorge. If it was up to you, would it still be Kamaru next, or would you fight one of those guys just to give yourself a new opponent, or who are you feeling?
Jorge would be good, but he needs to go and get a win, you know. Like having him in the UK would be good. Back where the first incident happened, but if not, then let's run it back at Wembley with Kamaru, you know. Like I said, that was the best he had to offer, you know, and that was the worst I had to offer, and I still got to finish. So, yeah, let them all come. Now they're all calling me out, you know. First it was that to me. Now they're all calling me out.
I like how you keep specifying Wembley over the O2. To you, do you like look at the Fury fight there and look at the crowd and just think, oh, I could be the guy to bring that to the UK?
Yeah, 100%. I've always envisioned stuff like that, you know, to have opportunity to headline a card at Wembley in the UK, sold out arena with all the other UK guys. UK MMA is on the rise, you know, and I'm happy now to be the front runner, to motivate the guys to look, we can do more, and there will be much more champions coming out of UK in the next 5 years, and I truly believe that.
Did you do the Conor McGregor Billy strut after you knocked him out?
I don't know what I was doing, but I was just happy, you know. I was just gassed. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah.
Congrats.
Over here, Salt Lake City reporter. What did you think of Salt Lake City? I know you got yourself some stickers over the last couple of days. That crowd was very, very loud for you when you won. What did you think of Salt Lake City, Utah?
It's a beautiful city, you know. When the fight first got made, I was like, where the hell is Salt Lake City? But now, since being here, I rented like an Airbnb. It's by the mountains, and it's just I went like hiking, and just it's a lovely outdoor spot, you know. So I'm happy to come back and visit one day, and without fighting, just be able to hike and enjoy it.
Absolutely. Did you notice anything during your fight when it comes to altitude, the mountains, just anything that made you feel any different in Utah?
Yeah, 100%. I felt like the altitude definitely affected my performance, you know. Even though I came out here like 2.5 weeks early, yeah, my body just wasn't reacting. I was reacting in training, you know. And but yeah, it's like I said, it's a beautiful city. I enjoyed my time here. I didn't get to enjoy the food as much, but now tomorrow morning, waking up in the morning to go enjoy some of the food, you know.
Thanks.
At the beginning of the fight, it seemed like Kamaru was very hyped up. The entire crowd was going crazy for him. By the end, people were obviously very happy for you and very excited for you. I'm just curious what that felt like to feel that turn of the crowd throughout the 5 rounds.
It felt amazing. I don't really focus much on the crowd, you know. I've been in a situation where I was booed before and came out and win, and I don't really focus too much of my energy on the crowd. I just focus on being in a fight and getting the finish. I know if I go out there and perform how I know I can perform, the crowd will turn and they'll be on my side, you know. He was the champion, so it was right to cheer him, you know. He's deserved of the chair. He's been a long reigning champion. But I said it all week that I believe I was a better man, and tonight I proved that.
Would you say those first 4 rounds, 4.5 rounds, I should say, were some of the toughest you've ever facing Kamaru?
Yeah, it was a good. He done well. He done well. You know, he's very good at what he does. He's a pressure fighter, wrestling, boxing, and he done good. Like I said, that was his best performance. That was the best he had to offer, and that was the worst I had to offer. So, if we do have a rematch, it's going to be a totally different story.
Last question for me. If you could go back and talk to yourself 7 years ago, what would you say to yourself after losing to Kamaru 7 years ago?
I don't know. Just keep believing. Like, just stay believing in yourself. You know, I know the path would have been hard. You know, I took the hardest path in the UFC to get to this position. You know, 10 fights in a row. Pandemic hit. I had to sit out for 2 years. Couldn't fight. Everyone doubted me, saying, you had too long of a layoff to come back and fight the pound for pound best. I said, listen, I am the best. I truly believe that in my heart, and no one else believed it apart from me and my team and my family, you know, and I went out there and proved it.
Leon, here in the middle, that's your 3rd knockout win in the final 2 minutes of a fight. How are you able to carry your power so late into the fights?
Just my coaches, my conditioning, my gym, you know. We stay focused throughout the fight. Even if you're down, just always believe in yourself, always work hard, and that's it, really. I got a good training camp back in Birmingham with Joe, clean combinations, and I told you I was approaching this fight as a brand new fight. I wasn't looking at 7 years ago when I first fought Kamaru Usman. I looked at him as a brand new opponent. What he does now is flaws, and what he does good. And tonight I exposed one of his flaws, you know.
Definitely. Thank you.
Leon, right here. You did not throw out any trash talk leading up to the fight or anything. Kamaru kept, trying to egg it on, trying to get you to say something to him. I think the best you came out with was the Terry Crews jab, which is hilarious, right? Does that make the victory a little sweeter, knowing you didn't have to take that route, knowing you didn't have to bring the heat and sell the fight or anything?
Yeah, a little bit, but at the same time, I said it, I got no beef with Kamaru, like, outside fighting, there's nothing that I don't like about him. You know what I mean? He's doing well for himself. He's providing for his family, and that's it. I haven't got no issues with the guy, and I just thought the hype was getting to his head. He started to believe that the belt was his and no one else can have it. And as I said in the octagon, the belt belongs to nobody. No man is meant to hold the belt for that long, and that's what I believed in my heart, and I went out there and I proved it.
And the lack of glove touch before the fight started, was that like spoken about before or just in the moment?
Man, I thought we would have touched gloves, to be fair, because we've been shaking hands all week. So when we didn't touch my hands, I thought, okay, cool. And that was it, and I was the first guy to take him down, first guy to knock him out, and let's see how he comes back.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Leon in the middle here. Drake lost a little bit of pocket change on you today. Do you have a message for him? Do you hope he bets on you next time? What's the sentiment towards Drizzy Drake?
Yeah, next time, bet on me and get one of them Rolexes that you gave Molly and Paddy. Send one my way.
Hey, Leon. So when Dana first announced this matchup, I told him I thought that you were the dark horse in this fight. When we spoke earlier this week, I said that you were one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC. Your performance tonight has silenced that. Do you feel like you still have anything to prove?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, that wasn't my best performance. I did not feel myself in there, so I know once I check my phone and go online, and all our fighters will be like, I want to fight him, and so, yeah, therefore, I feel like there's much more I got to offer. That wasn't my best performance.
So what would you have done different?
Everything, like the first round, you know what I mean? It was meant to be like the first round. I believe, like, I am number one. So to be number one, you cannot be losing rounds to people like Kamaru. Even though he is good, if you truly believe in your heart you're number one, you should go out there and dominate everything. And I didn't get to do for the whole rounds tonight, so, yeah.
Yeah, but in order to win, you got to beat the champ.
You got to knock the champ out. So, yeah, that's what I did. Clean.
Thank you. A wonderful performance.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Leon right here. You keep saying, no one's meant to hold the belt for that long. In your mind, however long you are the champion, what do you want to represent as a champion? What do you want this reign, to mean to yourself, to other people?
I want it to me just be yourself. I didn't have to change the way I am. I didn't change my personality, start dressing different and dyeing my hair and being weird. Just be yourself, believe in yourself, and work hard. Like this social media generation, they think like as long as you be different, you can achieve great stuff. You don't. If you work hard, believe in yourself, you can achieve it. And I proved that. Like that's it. Hard work wins all the time. I said it all the time. Like I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna keep being who I am. And now look at me. I am the UFC World Champion. To be born in Jamaica, in the zinc, like my house was like a wooden house. In that wooden house was my bedroom, my living room, my bathroom, my dining room. In one house with a zinc roof. And now I'm here in Utah winning the world title is a wild story, and I'm proud of myself, and that's it.
We know everything you've been through to get here. We don't need to go over it again, but is it extra gratifying? I mean, if you had finished that choke in the first round or something, obviously, yeah, it would have been great. But to do it that late in the fight, in that fashion, down on the cards, like, does that feel like it's meant to be? And is it more satisfying sitting up there?
Yeah, 100%. I think it was just my luck for it to go like that as well, It's always been like a mad road. It was just my luck for it to be that down on the scorecards and come back and knock him out, So I'd love to see how he comes back now, because when you think you're that great and get knocked out clean like that, you change people, So let's see.
Leon, 56 seconds away from losing the fight, you throw that kick, you connect, he goes stiff, he falls. What's going through your head right in that moment?
You seen it? I just broke down, like it all just came on top of me, like everything I've been through and the path I had to take to get here, and it was difficult to put into words, like what it meant to me, and I know how much it means to my family and people that grew up the way I grew up, and it all just came down on me. It was hard to explain it and put it into words, apart from tears,
Did you know he was out as soon as?
Yeah. If the way he folded, I thought he's done. When I felt it, it was like a clean head kick, clean as it could get.
Right here, real quick on your right, left. Sorry, my bad. Earlier, Dana White said that you probably wouldn't be skipping in here after 5 rounds. Are you in pain, or are you feeling good after just all the adrenaline and holding onto that belt?
I'm good. I'm good. My shin hurts a bit from the head kick. A few lumps in my head. But it's a fight day. You don't go in the rain without getting wet. Got a little bit wet tonight. It's all good. Thank you. Appreciate it.